Okay. That is annoying. Like, very annoying, but alright. Ugh. I should be back. Should be. That's his part too. Okay, I seem to be back. Let me set this up again. Enter this. Hello? Oh, there it is. What happened? PC died randomly. I haven't had that in like a month. That's crazy. Don't know what happened. I think I have my FPS too high or something. Maybe that's it. Whoopsies. Almost too true, I got truth nuked, yeah. I am back. That's annoying, but not the biggest deal, I guess. I had just finished answering the question at least, so like, it's fine. Okay, where was I? Here. OBS? Hopefully sound is okay. Yeah, PC said I'm done. Like, man, fuck you. Alright, so let me switch back to the browser. Here we go. Okay, so this one, no, this one's next. The duck person. Oh, never mind. They're not. It's not a question. My bad. Right. Is M0 Haru still good in the Big 26? Yes. That's pretty much it. I don't really play M0 Haru anymore. I still can. I'm still goated with it. I just don't do it anymore. If you want to watch M0 Haru, I'll leave it in the description of the video when I make that. There's like two main M0 runners that I think are very good. There's Salt Kelp / Shiokombu, Japanese runner that does M0 Haru stuff. Also like full M0. And then there's another Japanese player that I forgot the name of, who does M0 Haru with like M1 supports. Both are very good if you want to see M0 Haru stuff. But yeah, M0 Haru is good. I don't know. I think... I don't think he's better than Sambi. I think he's relative to Seed. And then like compared to other DPSs, he's like pretty good. Especially if you're like really good at using him. He's better than a Sambi if she isn't on her premium. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I don't know if that's fair. Like, premium Haru is better than non-premium Sambi, but... eh. I think M1 Haru is better than premium Sambi. But that's M1 Haru. I've said it a lot, but you know, if you don't consider that fair, I totally understand that. But M0 Haru is still very good. Especially now. Yoji? I mean... Yoji is good, but he hasn't touched the game in a while. I like, have access to the account. I haven't used it in a while, though. Like, Yoji's taken a break or quit forever. You know, he's not really sure. I mean, Yoji's obviously goated, but, like, he hasn't touched the game in a while. I don't know if I can really, like... Like, yeah, I could show you his channel, but there's nothing there anymore. Alright, how do you decide when or when not to use a signature double E engine? And then how to use his alt cancel? Okay, this is the alt cancel question. So first, how do you decide when or when not to use a sig? This one's fairly straightforward, I think. It's basically just... Well, one, it's your stats, but two... how many Brimstone copies do you have? if you are not using Harumasa with an attack buffer, so let's say Chingy Nicole or Dallin Nicole, you basically always go Brimstone if it is at least phase 2. If it is any higher than that, you will always use Brimstone if there is no attack buffer. Unless your crit rate is dog shit. If your crit rate is terrible on Brimstone, you should always go Zanshin, because the crit rate is very important. But if your crit rate is fine on both builds, you should go Brimstone if it has enough copies. Now, if you're playing Haru with an attack buffer, so Astra, Asuna, Yuzuha, and the likes, you should only use Brimstone if it's phase 5, or if your Zanshin is overcapping by like a good amount. Now there's obviously other engines besides just Zanshin and Brimstone that's a bit more annoying, a bit more like complicated to go over. It's basically just Seed Sig that's competitive. Seed Sig can be the best option if you can somehow have like low enough crit rate. It should basically always be the best, except for Shingi Nicole. But outside of that, it's basically just like, okay, do you have an attack buffer, yes or no, and then how many Brimstone copies do you have? Basically how that works. 7.4 is more than okay, right? Crit rate? I mean, in combat, you should have 100%. In battle, it should be 100%. I think 67 is a bit high for Brimstone even. Well, assuming Nicole, at least. But actually, it's a premium team? Yeah, it's Dallin Yuza. I mean, for M0 Haru, I think Dallin Nicole, Dallin Yuzuha, Dallin Astra, Dallin Suna are all the exact same. For M1 Haru, it's Dallin Yuzuha by a mile. Except for Veil Shield. In Ether Veil Shield, it's Zuna, but like, I don't give a shit. I just don't care. For Dallin Yuzuha at 67 crit rate, it's a bit low for Brimstone. You want to be like closer to 70 at least. Actually, oh wait, with Shadow Harmony, it's probably fine, right? So I mean, Shadow Harmony 67, 12, 25. It's actually too high. It's too high for Shadow, and then it's too low without it, so it's fine though. How is Heartstring Nocturne? It's good. Heartstring Nocturne, Myriad Eclipse, and like Sambi Sig are all just crit stat 6. They're all fine. None of them are as good as these two or Seed Sig, but they are fine if you have them, and they're better than Mercado. So if you have nothing else, you can use them. Nicole is better than Suna? Into UCC, yes, always. But in general, they're like the same. The thing about Suna is that like she's always fine, but she's only like really dominant in Aether Veil like buff content, right? So if I go to like anything right now, literally anything, it's fucking everywhere. Say I go here, oh so yeah, spoiler, I'll upload this later. While in Aether Veil, Agent whatever, stage 3. While in Aether Veil, become Jesus. Let's go to Deadly Assault. Let's look at the worst boss in the game. Where is it? I actually don't know where it is. Yeah. When an agent deploys or extends Aether Veil. And here, while within Aether Veil, like, because of this shit, Suna is overperforming a lot. So she's gonna always be the best right now. But I'm assuming in a world, so like in a month, or 2 months, in a world where Veil Shield doesn't exist, and all supports get to like compare evenly, for M0 Haru, you, honestly even you, and then the 2 I don't have, you and, where are you? You? They're like all kind of the same, honestly. And then for M1 Harumasa, I think Yuzuha is like far and away the best one. Because you can just take so much advantage. You can take like such good advantage of all the dashes you get from Anomaly. Like, I think it's just way too big of a gap at M1. Now, that was a two-part question. Let me go back real quick. So this person also asked, How do you use his ult cancel, and when is it practical? Good question, honestly. Like this part? Anyway, how do you use it? There's two ways. Well, there's two main ways. The practical ways to use it. Let me go... Training room is fine. Oh, game. So the main way, or I guess there's three ways, but the main way that you will cancel Harumasa's ultimate is with... Where the hell? Okay, there we go. Is with his EX. And I'll show that in a second. I already touched on it on stream, but I'll just repeat it now. That's a 2-second stun timer? No. Ult cancel has applications, it just depends on the team. 1 second. On everything. I don't know, you, I guess. So the way ult cancel works, right? Let me just deploy covers first. Harumasa's EX is a two-part move. First, he sends like blades flying at the enemy. Like that little like Beyblade, that's its blades. That's a melee attack, that has range, like it can't go that far. And the second part, he jumps up, and then he fires an arrow at the enemy. Now, the heavy hits of EX, the part that triggers a chain attack, is the arrow at the end. It's part 2 of the move. That arrow right there, that's the heavy hit. So the way ult cancel works is that we want any heavy attack to trigger during this animation. So like as soon as he fires, right around here, we want a heavy attack to hit so it gets cancelled and we switch off of him. And there are a couple of ways to do this. The main one is the EX that I mentioned. That arrow is one way to do it because it takes a while to land. There's also the new EX you can use. 1 second. That arrow is also disjointed, but I don't recommend using that one because it's a bit slow and more difficult to time. And then the last variant is basic 5. You can also send it after basic 5. But the most commonly used one, the one that actually gives you the most benefit, is with old EX. And the timing for it is after he fires that arrow in the air, but before it lands. So like when I just paused, just now is when you want to send it. Let me stun the guy so I can actually show it. So now once you have the stun bar, right? I'm gonna be like super far away for this. And I'll wait for him to fire and then ultimate, and then it'll give me the cancel. Now, of course, in actual combat, you're not gonna be that fucking far away. The further away you are, the easier it becomes because, well, the arrow has to travel to the enemy. If I'm like here, that's like a 3-frame window. If I'm here, it's like 20 frames. Okay, it's like 15, but the further away you are, the easier it is. If you're too far, it's not gonna work. But generally, in combat, you're gonna be at about anywhere between this and this distance. And what tutorials will show you on like how to perform it is, you know, you'll be dashing, whatever. They'll make you do an aim shot, because that pushes him back a little bit. Then you dash back, or you just like hold no direction, you'll dash back automatically. Then EX, and then you send it as that. That's like the main M0 way to do it. You know, you do the dashes, whatever. Aim this, hit that, and then send it. Mash ultimate? No, you can't mash it, because if you mash, you'll just cancel the EX entirely, and that's not good. Let me show it with energy off. If I do it too early, this happens. No heavy hit, no nothing, and I waste the energy, I don't get quivers, it's just a complete waste of everything. So you don't want to do that. It's a timing, you want to get used to it. Let me stun him again. Let me do it too early. If I just mash, and I miss the timing, I've lost my energy, I didn't get a cancel, and now I'm like all the way over here, I lost time, lost quivers, it's not good. If you do it too late, there's two things that can happen. Let me just get an enemy that's easy to stun. Oh, no, get energy back. If you do it too late, there's two things that can happen. You can have this happen. where, oh, whoops, I triggered chain. That was too late. And the second thing that can happen if you do it too late, which I think is the thing, like what I recommend you always do, is you keep holding EX so you don't trigger the chain on accident. So here, if I'm gonna do it too late, it's okay, because I held down the button, so I'm not gonna lose anything for it. Obviously, I missed the cancel, and that's bad. But at least because I was holding EX, I didn't lose my chain attack. Yushan ball cancel? It's the same concept, but Yushan ball cancel is a lot easier, because it's literally just like, when you let go, you ult. It's like a little bit delayed, but it's very consistent. Or with Haru, it's a bit different. Let me get back to the big guy. So yeah, the main way to hit it at M0 is, you know, you do your dashes, aim, dash back, EX, and then send it. I think I was too early, I'm bad. That's how you would do it. So let me stun this guy. Here, oh, doing my dashes, whatever. And I got it there. And then you go quick assist back into Haru. Now, there's one thing that I get a lot of questions about recently. So, you know, his ultimate got buffed, in quotations. And it has more arrows now, he fires it for longer. That second bit of damage is fucking dog shit. I just cancel it. No, don't do this combo, I'm just showing it, like, specifically for like, tutorial purposes. So what I do, alright? What some people do is they'll wait until Haru fires that arrow and then switch to him. But that arrow is so fucking garbage, I just skip it. It's so bad that doing one dash is more damage. But it's the duration of a dash, so I think there's no reason to ever let it play out. Unless you're M0 and you have no more dashes at all. I think you should just always skip it. Like, unless your combo runs out of dashes before stun, like ends, just skip it. Anyway, when is it practical to do this cancel, right? When should you do it? When should you not do it? Why should you do it? It's basically only worth doing if you have Nicole in the team for another really fast chain. Because, like, the thing about it, right, is you want to save time. So, for example, right, let me just stun them again. Nicole chain is really fast. So if I do the ult cancel, and then Nicole chain, I'm back on Haru really fast, and I can start dashing. But if I change support, let's say I switch to, I don't know, let's say Yuza. Or Astra, like, I think they're about the same duration. If I'm on Yuza instead, I don't actually save any time. Like, I'll get the ult cancel, it'll look cool, but I'm not actually saving any time at all, so it wouldn't be worth using. Let me just show it. You know, I got it, that's cool and all. And I'm gonna do it. Okay, here's my Yuza chain. But, like, the ult already ended before I got back to them, and, like, by a good amount of time. So I didn't actually save any time from doing that. Most chains in the game are too slow to save time. I think Polkra chain is, like, fast enough. Rena chain isn't. Nicole chain is. That's, like, it. So it's only really worth using with Nicole in the team. Also because Nicole's chain is, like, really important to the combo. So that's when you use it. You can use it for, like, style points outside of this team, but I don't really recommend it. Because bear in mind, it also consumes one of your chain attacks. So if you want to do, like, a second Haru chain, well, you can't anymore. Talon chain is not fast enough. It's fast, but you still, like, don't save any time from it. Because mind you, at that point in the combo, you've wasted all your chains already. You only have one chain left. So you would want a quick assist to go back into him. So it's like just Polkra chain and Nicole chain, from what I know, that actually, like, let you do that. I mean, you can use Chingy chain, but, like, both of them are too slow. Like, the point I'm getting at is, like, it has to be a chain with a quick assist to go back into Harumasa. And the chain has to be fast enough to, like, save time. Otherwise, you're just better off not even using it. So that's when you use ult cancel. There's also like how. So EX is the main way to use it, a regular EX. And there's another way where, hold on, let me get it, with basic 5. Where you wait for the flash and then use it. That also works. But usually that's not worth doing. Because going to basic 5 in itself is time loss. Because you gotta do basic 4 and basic 5, so it's not actually saving you any time. It's cool though. It's very cool. For dual DPS teams, it has some purpose, like Harumasa Miyabi or Harumasa Hugo. It is actually pretty good to do ult cancel with basic 5. But generally, just do the EX cancel. And as for the timing, right, to help the timing, I mentioned it earlier on stream, but there's a sound cue. There's a little brief pause between part 1 and part 2 of the move. The moment you hear anything from part 2, it means he fired the arrow, and that's when you can press Q. And the other sound, or sorry, the other cue is visual cue, is you can like tilt the camera a bit and look like when the arrow lights up fully. You can see his bow, like there's like a flash, and then it like flashes for a bit stronger. That's when he fires. I personally use the sound cue. I don't really look at him that much. But then whichever one is better for you, you can decide. If you're struggling with hitting the window, you can just like back up a lot to play it safe. Like that's fine. You can just go like over here, or sorry, you can go like back here. But if you back up too much, you're gonna lose time, so you know. Do it sparingly. What I like to do with M1, because M1 can't really aim, it's a waste of dashes. I do my dashes. I run back like this far, like just one dash, or like a neutral dash is enough distance. Like that's enough for me generally. Anyway. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me check chat. What's your best Mono Electric Haru team? Best? Chingy Arena. Favorite? Grace Arena. Is timer ticking during slow motion in chain menu? Yes. The timer slowed down, but it is ticking, yes. Is attack 4 good? Yes. Attack 4 is as good as crit damage 4, sometimes better. Not using new EX. You can use the new EX for the ult cancel. I personally don't, because I don't know how. Like, I know how, but I don't know the timing that well. But the new EX is kind of slow. I almost prefer to never use it. But you can. Hold on. I think I hit it. I did. I'm not as familiar with that timing. It still works. I just prefer old EX because it's a little bit faster. And I'm just more used to the timing, but you can use the new one too. For that one, I don't know the exact cue. I just do it by, like, instinct. I don't know what the timing is. I just hit it because, I don't know, I play Haru a lot. Is ult canceling into dial-in chain for free ult a good rotation? Not really. Let me show you why. Or I don't know if I can. Who's correct? The thing about doing that is that you're consuming 2 chains to do that. Because the only way dial-in chain actually triggers, you know, like the, what's it called? The ultimate, is if it triggers the chain itself. Actually, let me get Yuza here instead. I can demonstrate it better. So I say I have full meter. Dial-in will not give me an ult if I just use chain. It needs to actually trigger another chain. So you would have to consume, or you have to waste 2 chains instead of 1 if you want to do that. So you lose your Haru chain, you lose your whatever, like Nicole chain, it's just not worth using. Like, you have to be some shit like, hold on. Like, it'd be like this, I guess. Like, imagine Yuzo as Nicole. You do like Nicole chain here, and then you do this. And then if you had a boss, then you'd get the Haru ultimate here, but because I don't... this is not a boss, it's not gonna work. You can do that, but it's not really a good rotation. It just way too many resources. Are you LGBTQ? I am not. They are not my enemies, though. Just not part of it. And then you are welcome in the chat. Between Ambi and Pulchra, which one is better for Haru? I prefer Ambi. I don't know which one's actually better. It's probably Pulchra. I'm actually not sure about that one. Yuzo is doing crazy damage right now, like 3k per tick. What? Okay, sorry, I'm back. When to use the free Dallin ult? In most combos, it'll be like, say I'm dashing, whatever. You'll swap off of Haru, do like an EX, and then do this. It's usually during a Haru EX. But there's like plenty of Haru runs you can take as reference for when to use it. But it's always with the hold basic, it's never with her chain. For Haru teams at least. Just joined, I was wondering how do you determine whether to use Harumasa Sig? Oh, I think I covered your question earlier. But basically it's like, do you have an attack buffer? And how many Brimstone copies do you have? It's earlier in the stream. Is this best free-to-play team like on Jao now? Yes. Yeah, pretty much. It's not free-to-play for me because I'm 6 Jao. But yes, it's this best free-to-play team. Or like on Rina, maybe? But not like on Jao, probably better. How to cancel Harumasa ult? I just talked about it. Basically this. I already spoke about it in detail earlier in the stream, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But really quickly, the EX has a delayed heavy when he fires the arrow, so we want to press ultimate before the arrow hits. The further away you are, the easier it is. That's the very short version of it. What's the optimal rotation for dial-in clap timing? Oh, I mean, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but you can just look at my runs for like full combo stuff. Like this is an elite, so it's not going to be exactly the same, but you can do something like this. You can also do like, I don't know, what's it called? Or like swap off of with an EX. But it's basically just whenever you have some downtime. But exactly when, you have to check like a run from me to see it. I think it's better. Yeah, you're still sacking a chain with hold basic, but like, it's only 1. You would be sacking 2 if you use dial and chain. In your mind, what is best possible Chingy buff? I don't know, man. More numbers, honestly. I think Chingy is like really cool already. I like that she's meant to be on field more. Maybe give her like even faster meter generation. Is Chingy a fraud? No, I think Chingy's pretty good. It's just dial-in is like insane, but Chingy is still very good, in my opinion. Chingy's problem isn't really like a lack of strength, it's more of a lack of synergies. Like, Harumasa, I think, is Chingy's best teammate. That's like one character. There are other characters that also work with Chingy, but I think just most of them don't have the luxury of just staying off field the whole time. Why weren't you using Haru's enhanced EX to ult cancel? It's slower. Also, I'm not like as familiar with the timing, but in general, like, I just don't like new EX. It's slower. It has some bullshit interactions with Quiver sometimes. It's just not as reliable. But the main reason is that it's slower. It's just faster to do this. Like, always faster. So I just don't like using new EX, is the main reason. It doesn't really matter how you do it. I recommend people to just almost never use new EX in stun, because I think old one is just better. Like, it's less damage, but it's so little less damage. Such a small difference. And it's faster that it's just better. It is just better. Because if that time save allows you to do like one more dash, or like one more anything, that's just a huge gap. And sometimes it does. Is Yuzu Sig or M1 better? M1. M1 is better. Especially for Haru. Her Sig does nothing for Haru. Like, actually nothing. Yeah, old stunner buffs would be cool. I want to go back to the post. So where was I? Yeah, we just went over this one. What are the usual Haru combat combos for both in and out of stun? What to keep in mind, what to say for stun windows, especially applies to the buffs. He has got new movement. I wouldn't say he has new movement, but he does have new EX. For in-stun combos, in the video I'll probably just put a clip of like a combo I've done in a run. It also just depends on like what team. Like, there's way too many combos to just go over at once. But generally, I think if you just look at a run from like me for M1 plus, and if you look at Kombu, like Salt Kelp, or other Haru runners, you can steal one of those combos. But the general, like, I guess rule of combos is you start with overrides and then you cash in the other quivers as you like need to. How exactly you use the combo doesn't super matter. Like, the exact order isn't always that important. But for out of stun combos, that I can cover. Because in stun, I think there's like way too much stuff. But out of stun, depends on like what team mainly. But assuming, I don't know, I guess this is one out of stun team, right? What I like to do is just like, okay, I have quivers. I don't have quivers, fuck. Like, I'll spawn quivers in whatever way. And then depending on what I have, I'll either just send them directly and do dashes in whatever way. And this is actually when I like to use new EX. Whenever I... Oh, you can't see, I'm stupid, sorry. Whoopsies. Thanks. I knew it was gonna happen once. Yeah, for out of stun combos, right? If you're M0, you can't go too crazy with No, it didn't freeze, I just forgot to change screens. Yeah, for M0, you can't go too crazy with combos, so I think it's better to, like, be sparing. So you'd send, like, a few dashes, right? And you'd always want to end on, like, a basic 5. If you're at M0, you don't really want to send too many dashes at once. It's better to just do basic 5s. That'll give you a pre-stack, so that when you switch back to them, you can have that one dash to use. And then you do one basic 5 again, and then you just loop this. You can be more greedy than this if you're M1, or if you have like a lot of energy, right? Let's say I have full energy, I can send this too. And then you would keep repeating that until you get close to stun. But it's basically just like, you want to play somewhat sparingly with dashes if you're very close to stun. If you're not very close to stun, you can kind of just send whatever the hell. what exactly you do is gonna depend on your resources, but generally just doing basic 5 loops is like the safe way to do it. You know, basic 5, couple dashes, obviously it's lesser than 0. Basic 5, you do this. This is a safe way to do dashes without spending your resources, and you're fine to go into stun. If you want to be a little more aggressive, I guess, you can use your alternate EX, send more. I think it's probably the best use of the old EX is out of stun. But as you get closer to stun, you want to stop using your like big resources and just kind of like play a bit more safe, so that when you're back in stun, you don't like, you know, you don't waste everything. There's not really like super like extensive combos for out of stun. Like there's not like a oh, you must do this exact rotation or everything's gonna break and you'll die of depression. Like no. It's just do dashes. Spawn quivers, do dashes. How many you spawn and how many you use is gonna depend on your resources and potentially Mindscape or teammate. What is Kama doing? Do you consider Zhao and Haru to be 0 costs? Yes, but I don't really use the cost system that much, so I don't super care. Like, specifically M0 Haru and Zhao, I think are 0 cost, or like should be considered 0, but I don't really care that much. I don't put cost numbers on most of my runs. It's like just the Miyabi ones. I usually don't care. I think the system has many flaws, so the less I interact with it, the better. But yeah, I think they are 0, or they should be 0. Until you add Mindscapes, then it's like different, of course. Am I better off using Yuzuha M2 than Nicole? I only have Chingy. If you have Chingy, I think Yuzuha should still be slightly better, but Chingy and Nicole is just such a good core. I think you can go either way. It's not gonna be that different. I think Haru Yuzuha is like only super strong with dial-in. I need tips for Haru with Seed Orphe. Okay, with Orphe I have no idea. With Seed I also kinda have no idea. But what I just covered with like the basic 5 dash thing, is probably fine. I'm not really a Seed Haru player. For when I do make the guide, I did ask a friend for help with Seed stuff. But personally, I am just not like, I don't know. I don't really play it. But I would assume it's just like a mix of playing Haru sparingly, like out of stun, you know, like the basic 5 loops that I mentioned. And then, you know, when you're in stun, you go ham. But exactly how much you play Haru and how much you play Seed, I have no idea. And I know even less with Orphe. I think Dylan's better than Trigger, though. But I really don't know, sorry. Do you have any stun rotations for him with Trigger and Astra Suna? Not really. I don't really play Trigger Haru that much, and I don't have Astra or Suna. But for that team, I think you can just do, like, double chain with Haru. Because you don't need like the support chain anymore. Like you use Nicole chain in the Nicole team because you need to use it so you actually have the buff up time. But that's not really an issue with Astra and Suna. So you can just like do 2 Haru chains. So you'd start the combo as usual, but then instead of doing a Nicole chain like later in, you just do a second Haru chain and keep dashing. It's basically the same concept. Drill rig, no. Not very good. My bad for asking again, but is going from M1 to M2 Yuzuha a big upgrade for Haru? Not really, no. I got it because I went from M0 to M1 and I got like 2k points. And then I went from M1 to M2 and I got another 2k points. Like, it's not that much, sadly. Yuzuha Mindscapes aren't very good for Harumasa. Like, they do something, but they're not particularly amazing. You think Nangong is viable? I touched on Nangong earlier. Nangong spawning quivers is cool, but it's nothing new. Like, Dal and Yuzua can spawn more than just Nangong. Like, that's just a fact. And Shingi Nicole already gets you anomaly quivers every stun, so that, like, Nangong just isn't doing anything special. It'll still be good because Nangong looks to be really strong, but her buffs aren't for Harumasa. So I just don't expect it to be, like, particularly insane. It'll be good, but not as best team. Best Disc 5 with and without Nicole? I'm glad you asked. I actually have a graphic for this I made the other day. 1 second. It's pinned, like, in the Discord in the Haru help channel. Let me get this. So, save image. Downloads. One second. One moment, here's a graph though. You can look at this for now. I'll explain it in a second. I'm back. Sorry, my brother needed me. I've returned. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Haru Disc 5, right? This basically covers it. So short here at the top. Do you have a depth shred debuff of any kind? If you do, does the boss have double defense? So is it Wandering Hunter or like Hator? If yes, you always go pen 5 no matter what. If you don't have defense shred, does the boss have half defense? If it doesn't, you go pen 5. If it does, then we, like, both paths converge at this diamond here. If you have an attack buffer in the team, you should just go damage 5. If you don't have an attack buffer, do you have Zanshin? If yes, is your Harumasa M2? If also yes, you always go attack 5 there. Now, if you have, if you don't have Zanshin, you can go damage 5. And if you have Zanshin but no Haru M2, you can also go damage 5. This, it's a bit complicated to go over word by word, but if you know how to read a flowchart, it's in the Discord, you can just check this. Yeah, it's a ton of riders. Anyway. That's that. Catching up with chat now. Oh, I'm so far behind. Yeah, I've played Haru Lycon a couple times on stream. Like, mostly on stream, I played it a lot. Not so much, like, uploaded for videos, though. How much crit does Haru want with Sig without Nicole? 55. He wants exactly 55. Do you plan to try to stay with Haru? No, I don't think so. Sisia kit looks really boring. They did nothing special with it, sadly. She's just a seed unit, and not a very good one. I read in the Mono Shock guide that M2 and M4 don't do that much in that team, but what about other teams? Okay, yeah, so Haru M2 was never that good, it just got worse. Let me go over, or just like out of here because I'm bored. Which character? Equipment. Harumasa. Mindscapes. Okay, so M1. So not M1, M2. This buff is like fine, but not like... It's diluted easily, and it's not for all of his dash damage because he does like the other hit as well now. And the uptime isn't good. The team where this Mindscape is best is Shingi Nicole, and in that team it's less than 10% DPS. It's just not a good Mindscape. That's the best case scenario for this Mindscape. Is less than 10%. And M4 just doesn't do anything like ever. Like M4 does help with decibel generation, so if you're in a team that can like rush down stuns, potentially you can get like 5 stuns, 5 ultimates, and there it could be really strong. But outside of that, it doesn't really do anything. It's quality of life, I guess. Yeah, and now damage 5 with Sig is like fine. If you're playing with Nicole, because he gives himself attack now, like it's somewhere here. I think it's here. Yeah, because he gives himself attack percent, attack 5 is less good. So unless you like have a shit ton of damage bonus, you can just go with damage 5, even with Sig. Who do you think deserves a buff the most? Not really a horror question, but like, I don't know. Who deserves it? Caesar. But I don't know who's getting it. Alright. Let me go back to the post. Where was I? I was somewhere. Yeah. What overclock does Brimstone become better than Haru Sig? Depends on the team. If you're playing him without an attack buffer, it's phase 3. If you're playing him with an attack buffer, it's phase 5. How much of a damage increase is M1 compared to M0? Depends on the team as well. In a team like Chingy Nicole, I think it's like 4% or something. But in a team like Dial and Yuzuha, it is uncalculable, because it's impossible to calc out of stun damage in this game. But, I mean, basically, the more you on-field Haru, the better M1 is. And my estimation is that in Dial and Yuzuha, or like any... Mostly Dial and Yuzuha, in the team, that team, Haru M1 is probably like 20% DPS, because it's a huge difference. So it depends on the team. Is 4-piece Shadow Harmony and 2-piece Team Metal bad? Okay, this is more like a personal question, but... No, Shadow Harmony is good, 2-piece TM is fine as well. Is aight. This build looks good too, you have perfect crit rate. Yeah, it's fine. Wait a minute. Okay, no, if you have 48 base crit rate, you are overcapping by 12%. Oh no, you're on Brimstone. No, that's fine then. Yeah, no, that's chill, Yeah, this is fine. Very important horror question, smash or pass? I'm not homosexual, so I would pass. He's good looking though. He is a very handsome man, but I don't swing that way, bro. Just join Discord? Hey, nice. Do I still stick him with damage 5 or attack? At that point, it might be a subset difference, XOR. Just try both, see which one does more damage. Best Caesar buff is a refund? True. Enter truthfully? I did, sorry. What's the next? Hope be a good new teammate for him. Honestly, Yuzuha would have been perfect if, like, the second part of her kit where she buffs, like, anomaly damage was, like, all damage or something. I think synergy-wise, Yuzuha is so good for Harumasa, but her buffing isn't. Like, we're not even using half of her kit. So I think his best teammate would be, like, a Yuzuha of sorts. Like, off-field anomaly applicator with really good buffing. Or, like, off-field DPS with good anomaly application and good buffing. Something like that. How does Nangong Haru sound? We mentioned this like a couple times already, but that'll be like fine. Like giving Anomaly to Haru as a stunner is not new. Like Chingy can already do this, Dionyso can do this a lot, so it's just not special. It sounds cool, and it is, but it's not something new. You can already do that. If there was quivers on the field while doing dash attack, when you press EX, the first quivers go to the enemy, and the second one from the enhanced EX to the... Oh, okay, I got it. They're talking about new EX, like Giga overstacking. It doesn't do that. They fixed it. 1 second. So what EX, the old EX used to do, sorry, is it would spawn like quivers and then cash out these two. It doesn't do that anymore. Like if you use new EX, it's not gonna send all the quivers in. It's programmed to never overstack your quivers anymore. So like, that's not an issue. So yeah, that was fixed before he came out. It's still not very good. I still don't think you should use new EX almost ever, but they did fix that. How do I get dash attack slashes with manual chain during stun window? Okay. It's strong, I gotta be like 5 times in here. 1 second. I need to get an input display for this. I have it somewhere. I have a really shit one, but like it'll do the job. If you don't care about like having to read something, I have a pretty good section explaining this in the Mono Shock document. It goes over like everything, including mobile. It shows you how to use dashes in stun with manual chain. For like controller, for mobile, for keyboard. So check the Mono Shock document. I'll link it in the video. But for those who can't read, I have a different thing. Let me get the input display. Well, this is really ugly, so you'll have to forgive me. It looks like shit. But that's my keyboard, kind of. Q, W, E, A, S, D. This is the main buttons you play Xandos with. These 6. I guess this, and this. And I also use something on my mouse, but you can't see that. Oh, what did I do? Oh no. I think I scrolled. Oh no, whatever, it's fine. Anyway. So, if you have manual chain enabled through settings here, how do I stop Haru from dashing? Well, the short answer is just hold down E, or attack, whatever button you're using. But it should be E. Let me spawn quivers first. So, once we're in stun, there's a few things, right? You want to keep down, like, E. So you want to keep holding down the E key, so that, like, he doesn't... what's it called? Trigger the chain attack on his dash, because all dashes are heavy hits. Now, when the fuck do you press E? Because, hey, if I'm dashing, and I press E, he's gonna do an EX. I don't want to use an EX. That's not part of the combo yet. Oh, there's a couple different times when you can hold EX. So there's like the jank way, where you pause buffer, E, unpause. I don't think that's base, you could do that. It's like so sick, actually. Nah, that's aura. Now, if you pause buffer your EX hold, that's actually aura. But don't do that. Don't do that. You can, but don't do that. The main thing is most combos actually start with Haru EX already. So what you can do is just keep holding E the entire time, right? I'll show it here. Most combos already do this. So just keep holding it down. And let go whenever you want to trigger chain. That's the easiest way. Just keep holding E until you're done. Another time that you can hold E without having an EX. During aim mode, all inputs except for dash and ultimate and letting go are completely ignored. I hit Q on accident. So what you can do is, say you do your first couple dashes, whatever, or you're about to start the combo. I think that's a better example. I'm gonna start my combo here, but I don't have any X, and I don't want to trigger the chain attack. What you can do is do this, and hold E during this aim mode, let go, and start dashing. Obviously not that slowly. And that's one way to do it as well. So you like, do this, E, and then dash. That's another way that you can press it. And the one that I actually do for when it comes to manual chain is you can actually start holding E during the dash animation. While Haru is in any dash, like any of these, you cannot dash cancel or EX cancel any of them. Like during the dash animation itself, Haru can't do anything. Like you can't dash out of a dash unless it's done. So what I do is when I dash in, I actually start holding E on his way there. Now, this is a really bad habit. You shouldn't actually do this. This is not ideal unless you have to. The timing is like, if you have dashes, right? You go dash, attack, E. So let me do this in stun to demonstrate. Let me get more dashes. So I will do, yeah, oh, whoops. Dash, attack, E. Dash, attack, E. Oh. This is how I do it. Because I just hold E during the dash animation. That is always going to work, but it's kind of a tight timing. And if you mess it up, that's not ideal. Or if you do it like at a bad timing, you're gonna get an EX instead. Like if you do it too early, you'll get an EX instead of a dash, so that's bad. So this is not really like that reliable, but it's what I got used to doing, and it is technically the fastest. But that's one. So the main three ways: you can hold E during this. You're not gonna get an EX. You can just keep it held down the entire time. You can freely move around after holding E. Like, you're fine. It's not like Miyabi. You can keep attacking while holding E the entire time. That's one way. And then the last way is during the dash, like animation itself. It can also be during dash 2. Or dash 3, or dash 4, or dash 5, or dash 6. Doesn't matter. That's the main three ways to avoid holding. But yeah, the basic answer is just hold E. And just keep it held down until you want to press chain again. And then you keep going. What about holding? Yeah, just I forgot about that one actually. There's also the holding basic for each dash. That one is probably the hardest. And it is probably recommended for mobile, because mobile can't like, what's it called? Like mobile can hold multiple buttons, but it's really uncomfortable. So if you're not fine with holding 2 buttons on mobile, you can like time dashes. Yeah, but yeah, if you mess it up, that happens. Like that needs some practice, doing it like this. If you like let go too early, you're gonna get a dash. If you let go too late, you're just gonna get an aim. So that's the hardest one, and I don't do this one. That's why I'm not good at it. But that also works. You can time the tap on every dash. I don't think I have a mouse display though, so I can't. Oh no, you can see it. It's at the bottom. So yeah. But the main one is just like E. But like, I think the most aura way is going in pause buffer and like doing it like that. I think that's like aura. Like, I think it's dumb. Like, you should never do that. But like, you can. I feel like if you're fast enough to dash, hit escape. Like if your hand is fast enough to go all the way to escape before E, like you're doing something wrong. But like, hey, power to you, you can do that as well. And if you're on controller, right? I've played Harumasa on a steering wheel. It's still a video on the channel, so it works. But for controller, I highly recommend rebinding EX to one of the triggers or one of the bumpers. That way, one of your fingers can hold it down while your thumbs are attacking. It's much more comfortable. You'll get used to it after like 2 days of playing if you just rebound them. At most 3 days, depending on how much you play. So if you're a controller player, I think just rebind your EX is the easiest way. You can also claw grip, but it is kind of uncomfortable. And I think it'll be easier for most players to just rebind rather than learning to claw grip, because it is very uncomfortable. But if you're like me and fucking did like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom speedruns, had to claw grip the whole fucking time, you're probably used to it, sure, go ahead. But I recommend just fucking rebinding it. It's easier. And on PC, it's like free. It's impossible on mobile. On mobile, you do the thing I mentioned earlier. You just time your taps. Like, check the mouse inputs here. You do that. I'm not very good at it. I messed it up there, but that's how you would do it. Like, I'm not good at it because I've never practiced it. I think if I practiced a dash tapping, like for mobile, for a week, I'll be like consistent at it 100%. It can't be that hard. That's the mobile way. I think you can claw grip on mobile as well, but I don't think it's very comfortable. I'm actually not sure about that one. Can we get a Zelda stream? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, maybe like in the future, but I'm not planning on it right now. I like sold my Switch, so years ago. Any tricks? Okay, we just covered manual chain like a few seconds ago. If you rewind the stream like a couple minutes, you can see how to manual chain. That's why there's a keyboard on screen right now. What's dash tapping? It's like a mobile thing, or it's intended for mobile. If you can't, for whatever reason, hold EX while like dash attacking to avoid trigger chain, the other way is to like hold the mouse on every dash. And it's a very specific timing, because if you hold too long, right, you'll get this. And if you don't hold long enough, you get this. So it's just very like specific timing, but dash tapping, I'm gonna call it dash tapping. That's like the single button input way of doing manual chain. Anyway. Keyboard can go away, I think. For now. Dodge each dash. I mean, well, one, you can't dash during a dash attack, but also that wouldn't do anything. Alright, next. Where am I? Okay, we just said this one. I feel more comfortable to not use aim attack to send quills, but instead create new quills to override. How bad it is? That's good. I mean, most combos start with overrides. Like, there's an override in every combo, so that's completely fine. With M1, you're almost always doing overrides as well, so it's completely fine. And this we just covered, right? Like, how do we avoid pressing E and stun? You just press it during specific windows. Yeah, I do what you do as well, Crony. But I was covering the other method for, like, mobile, mainly. That's why you dash tap on mobile. How much does this playstyle change in every team that you have shown off on the channel so far? I've played a lot of fucking teams on the channel, man. I mean, hold on. I mean, it's a question. I guess I can, like, briefly answer it, but... Okay. So I've played Harumasa with... where is it? Lighter Lucy. I've played Lighter Nicole on the channel. I've played Lighter Lycon on stream. I've played, obviously, Grace Rena, Yanagi Rena. I played Grace Astra. There's Freeze Haru that I've played. I played Flinch Haru, but not on stream. There's a Dial-In teams. There's all the Chingy teams. I've played Flinch Harumasa with Jane. Like, there's a lot of variants. I mean, I guess there's like 3 distinctions. Heavy on-field, which is like Mono Shock with Grace. And like Prank Call. There's pseudo on-field, which is like Lycon or Lighter, where you on-field Haru a little bit, but mostly play the stunner. And then there's full stun, where you play with Jingyi. I guess that's like the main things. No, I didn't play Vivian Haru, that was Nats. I did not play Vivian Haru myself. But it exists. I don't know, it's just... The difference is how aggressive you play Haru, I suppose, and like managing the rotations for characters. We're gonna get a run breakdown. For what run? If you want, I can do one on stream. Once I'm done with the questions, and if I still have time. Alright, what's the next question? Wait, is that all they said? Like, oh, M0 showcases? Oh, well, I mean, I can't really do that. That would take a while. I have some M0, like, Mono Shock stuff. But I think if you want to watch M0 Haru stuff, there are other, like, runners that are as good as me. I mean, my ego would say that I'm better, but, like, I'm gonna say they're as good as me, so I look humble. There are M0 runners. I'm just playing on my account at this point. I prefer to just play my own investment. I Flex Uchiha, I know this guy, says in chat sometimes. With this changes, how much better is his Sig versus minimum phase 2 Brimstone? I mentioned Brimstone earlier. Brimstone is like, with an attack buffer, you need P5 to beat Sig, and without, you need P3 to beat Sig. And what matchups buffs would prefer Brimstone? I don't think it's really a matchup thing, it's just teammates. It's really just teammates. Like, if you have an attack buffer, Brimstone is less good, and then if you don't, it's really good. Like, Brimstone is always best with Nicole, almost always. Like, that's basically the rule. I don't think matchups really affected that much. I guess the more you dash, the better, like... I guess the more you on-field Haru, the better Brimstone is, but at the same time, Zanshin is very, like, dash-focused. But Zanshin's passive, half of the passive only works if you're in stun or in anomaly, so... There's, like, some caveats to that. But it's mainly just like, okay, if you're playing Nicole, play Brimstone. That's the TLDR. Is MG Grace still a viable option to support? Yes. Third slot would be Rina. You can try Seed, I guess, but yeah, no Rina. Grace Rina is still fine. It still clears. It's not amazing. It never was. I mean, it was like pretty good, like for 1 or 2 Shis. Mono Shock is still one of the hardest themes in the game. It's not really hard, like in terms of maybe like rotation. The rotation like complexity is not that much, like not that crazy. But it's a lot of like inputs. It's very high APM, and you play it very fast. But if you can play Mono Shock decently well, it is gonna clear basically anything. It clears everything if you have M1 Haru, but it'll be a lot more difficult if you have M0 Haru, so I don't really recommend playing it into non-electric weak. But it does still clear if you're really good at it. And use with Steel Cushion, I mean, it's a fine stat stick, but you're never gonna get the passive. Is Harumasa better build with attack? Oh, I have just the image for you. This image is pinned in the Discord server. If you need help picking a disc 5 for Harumasa, follow this flowchart. Start at the top and see where you end up. What's diminishing returns level of Harumasa attack in combat? Once you go over 4,000, you don't want to go any higher, basically. And if you have an attack buffer, don't go too high over like 3,000 something. Like if you have like Yuza on the team, Haru's attack on stat screen shouldn't be higher than like 3,200. And not higher than, not too much higher than 4,000 without an attack buffer on Brimstone or like any engine. Trigger Mono Shock is better. Low-key, it's... yeah, it is, but it's not that much better. I'm still a Mono Shock believer. I don't think C-Trigger is that much better. Like, it is, but it's not. Yeah, why is my thing not working? I'm turning it down. Alright. I'll put the image away. Oh, it's too big. Okay. $7,000 attack. I mean, like on the stat screen, like outside of combat. In combat, I don't know exactly. No, 3.5k on Brimstone attack 5. Oh, sorry, pen 5 sounds good. Brimstone will naturally have higher because it has an attack main set. That's normal. How good is Mercado on Haru? It's his best free-to-play option if you don't count Brimstone, so it's fine. It's like a bit worse than Phase 1 Brimstone. It's fine. But it loses to like anything expensive if you have it. Is Hormone Punk still good on Haru? Yes. Mainly for the Chingy team. It is also really good in the Dial-In team if you can line it up for stun, but that's pretty hard to do. But it is really good still, like if you want to use it. Mostly with Chingy though. With Chingy it's the easiest to use and it's very good. How would you do a Haru Miyabi composition? I have played Haru Miyabi I think 3 or 4 times on the channel, you can check that out. But it's basically... at least the way I play it, I play mostly Haru in it. I set up the first anomaly, do dashes for a while. I play with Yuzuha because Yuzuha helps like the shock build up. Disorder that and then keep going like that. But I have like a couple of runs on the channel if you want to watch those for Miyabi Haru. It's not a very good team, it's pretty fun though. I've found it to be best with Yuzuha because she helps the shock build up. One second. Okay. Would you stun fast enough before hormone refresh? Not with Haru, no. Or you're extremely unlikely to stun before hormone cooldown with Harumasa. What's fun about it? It's aura as fuck. That's pretty much it. It is just aura as fuck, and you can use Agent Gulliver. Is P0, I assume P1 Brimstone better than P1 Heartstring? They're about even. It'll depend on your substats, Ness. Or Silver, whatever you prefer. What about Haru Crit Knees? I have not played Haru Bernice, but I've heard it's like okay. Maybe better with Bernice M2, but I have never played it personally. Did his buffs change anything mechanically, or is the rotation still the exact same? For all intents and purposes, he is the exact same. There are things you can do with new EX. They are very, very few and far between, so you can ignore it. Like, you can never use new EX and you would lose nothing. The main thing that changed is his ultimate is now slower. So the dash cap is a little bit lower than it was before, but that's pretty much it. He basically plays the exact same. I play him virtually the same as I did before. Any tips for hitting 40 subs on Haru? Farm a lot. Farm every day. Spend battery every day. Save anything that could be good. Roll it until it's not good anymore. Keep track of how many subsets you have, and then like use that to gauge your standards, but it takes time. I have like 6 40 sub Haru builds and 3 41 sub Haru builds, but like those took me months to get. Actually, a fucking year. It's been a year, Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Why do you love Harumasa? He is very fun to play. He plays fast, he has very short animations, and there is basically no downtime ever when playing him. Like, if I play a 3-minute fight, I am fighting for 3 minutes. I'm not sitting through animations, I'm not sitting through, like, iframes, I'm just playing. Everything has to be, like, every action requires an input. He's very fast. Does he have what's for Haru? Probably not. No, I don't think so. Since he has mainly just a seed like unit, and not really that good one either. How do you change his playstyle when using Haru and not burst teams like Anomaly? I did touch on that earlier. Depending on like how much you on-field him, right? If you're on-fielding him a little bit, do the basic 5 looping thing until you reach stun. If you're on-fielding him a lot, you will require like quiver generation, so let me just go back to the game. Let me just get like a random enemy. Wanted Enforcer. Enable, disable. Enable, fuck it. Disable. I need to switch teams. Like, your team, if you want to play full on-field Haru, you need to have teammates that actually enable him to do that. This being like the main example, I guess. And then it's just like, know how many dashes you have. And do your rotations as required. Like, obviously I have infinite energy here, so it's different. And this guy is not attacking, I am beating up too much. It's just like... if you have a team that can spawn quivers for him, so either this, or like... Dial in Yuzuha, or trigger Rina with AM trigger, or trigger Astra. If you have a team that lets him on field the entire time, you can just send everything as you get it. Make sure to, keep your buffs active as they need to be. Keep the shock if you're playing with Grace, and just keep dashing as much as you can. If you ever run out of dashes, you can like use this to get more. Use basic fives whenever you need to like reposition or something. Just take a short break. Like, it's not a clear-cut answer. You just gotta get comfortable with like his methods of generating quivers and actually using them, obviously. And there's also the thing of like, when he's dashing, he can't dodge. So you'll want to not overextend on dash attacks if you know you're gonna get hit. He does have a parry on first dash now, but it's still something to look out for. What's my favorite Haru team? This one. This is my favorite Haru team. It's not very good. Well, it's fine, but it's very cool. I wrote like a 50,000 word document on this thing. What's it? I forgot. It's a lot of words. I forgot how long it is. This is, I made this team, or like I tried it for the first time like a year ago or something. It's awesome. Very fast team, very high APM, very difficult team. And you pilot more than one character as well. Like, Grace's field time is fairly short, but it does exist. So, it is there. And it has the highest dash generation of any team for Harumasa in the game by far. It's like 200 dashes per 3-minute fight or some shit like that. It's absurd. So I just like playing this team. This is by far my favorite one. I don't play it that much anymore because it isn't that good into basically any anti-shield whatsoever. But like, it's still really fun. You can't dodge at all. You can dash between dashes. Like, hold on. Like, you can't... Like, if you... Once you do one dash, right, you're committed to that dash. You can't cancel it with a dash, like a dodge. Only once it's actually ready. So if you know you're gonna get hit, you'll have to stop dashing. I think the best way to see this is any of my Mono Shock Harumasa runs against Typhon. I have like 5 of those. If you go to the playlists on my channel, there's a playlist called Mono Shock Showcases. Look for a Typhon run, and you'll see like how I dash. It's like... I'm not dashing the entire time. Sometimes I gotta like stop because I know I have to dodge. Same thing applies for Dial Yuzuha, but like Mono Shock is the main one because it dashes more. Like the most exaggerated example. Is Haru's best in slot? No. Haru's best in slot team is Dial in Yuzuha for M1, and then like Dial in fucking anything for M0. Grace is sadly not best in slot. I think at one point in history, Grace was the best Harumasa teammate for one fight, and it was Typhon. I think Grace Yuzuha Harumasa was the best Typhon team for like one cycle. That has changed, but you know, it was a point in time. How big do you think Orpheus with Haru? I have no idea. Probably like okay. I have no idea. I've never played Orpheus with Haru. Or Orpheus in general, honestly. You're gonna update the Mono Shock guide? I don't think I am. I feel like it's completed. Like, all I would add to the Mono Shock Guide at this point is just, like... I guess the Haru buff, but, like, one sentence summarizes the Haru buff. And then the other thing would be, like, more boss matchups, but, like, I just can't be bothered to write those anymore. But, like, the guide's basically complete, honestly. Outside of boss matchups. Like, the Mono Shock document, it's more of like a documentary than a guide. I wrote it like very passionately. It does work as a guide, but it was mostly written out of like passion for the team and the game at the time. So if you just want to like learn something about the team, not even just play it, if you just want to like learn things about it for the sake of learning, I think it's a decent read. I like writing stuff. I almost never do, but I do like writing. It's like pinned somewhere in the Discord, I think. Alright, where was I? Are Lycon or Coleda usable for Sigless M0 Haru? Yes, Coleda less so, but Lycon, absolutely. I mean, Coleda's like gonna work, but she just kind of sucks, so. Although he needs stun or anomaly to activate the passive. If we use two supports like Astra, Nicole, or Suna, which didn't activate the passive, will it affect that much worse? This was relevant like back in 1.5, where people were running like Astra, Nicole, Harumasa and getting like decent scores on UCC. It's fine. Like, Haru Wheelchair isn't ideal, obviously, because, you know, no passive. But the passive isn't that huge. You can just not use it if, for whatever reason, it makes it easier for you to play Harumasa that way. Go ahead. It's okay. It will clear stuff, probably, but don't expect it to be, like, top tier or anything. If you have nothing else and you need, like, a team, it's gonna be good enough, probably. Seed's W engine for Harumasa can be better than Zanshin sometimes, if you have low enough crit rate and you're playing him with dial-in. So yeah, it's a good alternative. It can even be better sometimes. I plan to get it, but we'll see. Penny Travail sounds crazy. What makes for a good and bad matchup for Harumasa? And does he really only work in Electric Weak boss? Okay, he can work like anywhere. I don't think he needs Electric Weak. I think Mono Shock really likes Electric Weak. But any other Haru team is fine everywhere. Good and bad matchup. I think it's just like, how easily stunnable is the boss? Because most of his damage isn't stun. So if Haru can 4-stun the boss, it's a good matchup. That's basically it. That's pretty much it. I don't know if there's like crazy science to that. For Mono Shock matchups, it's a bit more complicated. But like, if 3 people play that team, myself included, so I don't know. As long as he can stun the enemy and he can dash and get a decent combo in stun, it's like fine. He'll probably clear anything that he can stun. Is Haru harder to play on a controller? Imagine it must be hell to play on mobile. I've played Haru on tablet. I've played him on steering wheel. I've not played him on controller technically, and I've played him on keyboard. This is just a subjective thing. I think on mobile it's the hardest just because claw gripping is like really shit on mobile. But between controller and keyboard, it's completely preference. I've been a keyboard warrior for the longest time, so I just like keyboard the most. But you can play him on anything and it doesn't really matter. This was a request, so... Okay, we're almost done actually. Does machine type secretly weak against electric regardless of... No. Sadly, no. It used to be a thing like back in 1.0 where like, oh, machines are electric weak, but then they stopped caring about that. It was like, okay, like organic enemies are weak to fire, ethereals are weak to ether, and machines are weak to electric. That was like a consistent thing, and then they stopped caring about it. So sadly, no, it's just not true anymore. It's just whatever type they're weak to, that's what they're weak to. I have Yuzuha Haru right now. My question is if it's smarter to save for dial-in or get Haru Mindscapes and wait for more dedicated support for him. There's a lot of questions here. But I think saving for dial-in is always smart because dial-in is busted. So that's question one. Should you get Haru Mind Skips instead? Probably not. I think Haru M1 is always worth getting because it's one of the best Mind Skips in the game. Especially now. Just in general, like regardless of whether you get Dallin or not, I think you should get Haru M1. But the thing about waiting for dedicated supports, I don't know if we'll ever get one. He still doesn't have one. Like, his synergy with Yuzua is very good, but not perfect by any means. Like, the buffing isn't really there. It's there, but it's not. So, I think eventually we'll get an upgrade, but I have no idea what it is and or when it's coming. But all of Harumasa's supports at the moment are pretty close to one another. So, I think you're, like, fine. Did my question get answered? Maybe? I think so. I'm almost done now. Yeah, I did answer this one. Like, this doesn't happen, Frost. Like, this was an issue that got fixed, like, in beta. He doesn't overstack with new EX. It's coded to not do that. What's the best team for M6 Harumasa? I think it's probably Dallin Yuzua. Maybe Dallin Astra, just because Yuzua's Mindscapes aren't that good. Like, I'm assuming, like, full whaled out team. What's the best? I'm pretty sure it's Dallin Yuzua. Just because it's the best one for M1. You could make a case for Dallin Astra just because like Astra M1 and M2 are a bit better than... Or they're like better Mindscapes for Harumasa than Yuzua's M1 and M2. But I'm not super sure on that. But if we're just speaking M0 supports M6 Harumasa, it is definitely Prankle. Absolutely. Oh, hey. I was wondering how you keep doing Harumasa dash attack. Okay, we did this earlier. Like, we went over this. Because, like, three people asked this, basically. So I'm not gonna go over it again, but it's in the VOD. Alright, that's basically the entire post. I think somebody asked if I could do, like, a run review. Which run did you want me to review? Or, like, breakdown? If you're still here, because I would be down. I have some time. Are we getting a Vespa run today? No, we're never getting a Vespa run. I have made a vow. A binding vow to never fight Vesper again in my life. I fought it twice, that was enough for me. Haru runs? Yeah, which one? The one that's uploaded right now? The Chingy one? Or the Defiler one? Which one do you want? I mean, I could do both, but let me start, like, with one of them. One moment. Nicole Stunner. Yeah, Chingy Nicole speedrun, that one's pretty cool. I can go over that one. For 1 second. Speeder mode. I can close this. And then switch screens. Monoshock Vesper. I'm good. I could clear it, but like fuck that. I would like to have fun with the game, or try to at least. Here we go. Let me close the music, or like stop the music. Okay. Yeah, I can like break down this run. It's not gonna have sound. I mean, I could give it sound, but do you mind if it's no sound? It's not really gonna take that long. So the opener, right? Usually I would start with like Haru basics, you know, for the quivers, but I actually don't need them here. I actually really like this Shiyu. This Shiyu room specifically, because the waves are like kind of cool. It's not just like mindless elites for once. So what I do at the opener here, right, is I bring Nicole in, and these shield guys, right, there's like a weird AI to them. Whenever you hit their shields, they will start glowing and hold them in that direction. And they'll take reduced damage, and more importantly, they take massively reduced days. So what I am doing here is I'm opening with the Nicole hit to hit all of them. And then Harumasa and Nicole, and Chingy briefly come in as well, and basically force the shields to be facing that direction. And while they're staggered, I move Chingy behind them and sweep them up. I scoop them up with her EX. And because they were not shielding, because they were busy going in the other direction, like I manipulated their AI to shield in the wrong direction, I got all the days from that. After that, I do what's called the Chingy quickstep, which basically makes her instantly skip to her last basic. So I do that. She's gonna do the off-field basic 4 now, and now I can trigger chain on one of these guys. And this Haru chain, because I did a Chingy EX earlier, is gonna shock, which gives me all the quivers. That's why I didn't spawn them earlier. And then the cold chain is supposed to group them, but it fucking missed. Unlucky, I guess. And then dashes clean this up. If the Nicole chain didn't miss, they die in like 2 dashes, but you know, it is what it is. That works M0 as well. And then for this part, these enemies, there's gonna be 2 mobs and this elite. These 2, when they spawn, are barely close enough to where one Nicole EX will pull all of them in. So I just run to this guy, make sure it targets this guy, because if you're too far left, it'll target the wrong one. And now they're all getting grouped, so I just, you know, get the Haru quick assist, and then I start stunning with Chingy. Always stuns one of the mobs. And then Haru stuns the second guy, that kills them, and now I just stun this elite with Chingy. I only do like a few hits of EBA, because I just don't need the damage. Very simple combo here. Auto chain, essentially. And that clears the first 2 waves in 31 seconds. And from here, it's pretty straightforward. I just stun this guy as fast as I can. And I also try to get a parries because he has a really big daze bar for some reason. This part is very RNG. He has a lot of shit patterns. I got a really good one. Triple parry here. And then I can finish stunning here. And this is like a standard combo for whatever. So 5 dashes there. 5 more dashes here. Backstep, EX, alt cancel. I cancel the second shot of new ultimate because it's shit. And I keep dashing to 7 dashes. And now here, I know my Nicole buff is running out, but with M1 Haru, there's a weird like middle ground where I could like refresh my Nicole buff, but the time I lose from refreshing the buff is going to lose me damage anyway. But do the rest of my dashes with like half Nicole uptime, it's kind of whatever. It's still more damage than reapplying it. And then he's almost dead, so I just re-stun him. Because I got a triple parry in the first stun, Chingy has a lot of decibels here, so I'm going to get my ultimate back like right here. I do a Chingy dodge parry here, just for days as well. Or react for days and damage chip, and then we get ult, and that stuns. He has like no HP left, so I just do a half-assed like EBA and the skills. And that's the run. Most of the effort is in the waves. Like the boss is pretty easy. The boss is mostly RNG. The wave like 1 and 2 is like where most of the planning went into. I got so unlucky here. Like this is like plus 2 seconds, but it's fine. Anyway. I've used Mono Shock on Rampant Brood. I have not. Maybe I should. It's like res though, so. Is Haru Dalen Suno optimal? Right now, yes, but only because of Ether Bell chilling. So, I don't care. Yeah, this like fucking Springtrap takes 50 billion years to get stunned. That's very annoying. Yeah, it's this run. I can't use manual chain on Haru and I try to keep getting back to stun, which sucks. Damn. Oh, what the fuck is going on with the screen? Why is it doing that? Oh, like black squares. Anyway. I don't know, Haru just take some practice. Manuel chain. Alright, I'm out of here. I think this will be a shorter stream than normal. I just wanted to do the Q&A. If you have more questions about Haru, I can answer them still, but I think we covered, like, mostly everything. Like, most questions are about, like, manual chain, which I already went over a couple times. Oh, music. Fuck, I had that. I had, like... I did use this team to get 50k in room as well. It took, like, 2 attempts. So I went to a different room and we got 50k here. I have it recorded, I'll post it later. This took 10 minutes. It did not take very long at all. This is with no buff as well. I don't think it's possible to 50k room 3 with my Harumasa. I am very doubtful. Do a short about metal chain stuff? Maybe. I don't like the concept of shorts though. I'll try Mono Shock. It can't be that bad, surely. It's gonna be that bad. Let's find out. Oh, but the wave 1 is gonna suck too. Oh god. Oh boy. This one. What does Fufu have? What the hell? The hell? The helly hell? Yeah, I'll make it quick. I'll only do 1 attempt, or like 1 finished attempt. And we'll see how that ends up going. Wait. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, I don't disorder him. If he's like normal brute, he's gonna be shocked. Okay, if it doesn't work, I'm just not gonna bother, but like... we'll find out. Oh, that was quick. Oh, I missed it. Oh. Oh, he died. Dude, I'm like missing every perfect assist. I'm dog shit. There we go. Oops. Died. Let's see how this goes. Well, he doesn't say he's shocked. Maybe he isn't. He probably is, though. That is not grace. Oh, I hate that. I wish they should make a thing where, like... there's a small, like, ICD on how fast you can switch. They should remove that. No, that works, that works. Somehow that works. Oops. Whoops. Oh, goddammit. This shocks, right? It did not. That's bad. Let's see how much damage this does in one stun. Probably not a lot. There we go. One thing about new ultimate, I like to not hit all of it in stun, because it's really slow. If I can, I just like to miss some of it. Like, the second part is so shit, I prefer to just miss it. That should just speak for how bad it is. Like, it's just a waste of, like, stun time. Okay, what is that rotation? That was not a good rotation. That shocks, right? Yep. Oops, that's not gonna fire. I mean, this is kind of fun, but like, I'm doing no damage. So that's not ideal. I mean, it clears comfortably. Oops. That is not what I meant to do, but it works. And dead. Low-key, 31's not that bad. Didn't Sans get 31 with Dial and Nicole? Hey, I'll take that. It's a mess, though. I don't know. If he wasn't electric resistant, this is probably 40k, no? Maybe. But I do one more run. Not on Razor, though. I mean, okay, I'll play Razor again, but... Actually, I want to play Mono Shock. Let's fight... Spring Trap with Mono Shock. Surely it doesn't go, like, horribly, right? Didn't beat Mono Ether Shu? Ah, dang it. I lost into Ether Week Elegres. I'm so sad. No. Alright. I like... That works. Can I stun you? I think I can. Stun. No, he died! He died! Okay, this is like cooked. I'll just one stun then. The fuck was that? I have no chain. Wanna give me a evasive? What? It didn't work! The evasive didn't happen. What was that? I could try Yuzu Shock, but I just prefer this team. Personally. I should ult. Yo, what the fuck? Why, man? Okay, fuck you. That's stupid. Oh, this boss sucks. I keep missing the window for the dodge parries. I shouldn't be going for them in the first place, but like, I gotta. It's my signature move. And now Lomao. Welcome, Miyabu. I have multiple dashes. Oh, I missed it again. Yeah, Arena ult dodger, bro. Actually got juked, it's crazy. I have no shock. No, ultimates do not have distance fall off. This EX does, but ultimates ignore distance fall off. You think putting an Omni Mastery on Nicole for potential more covers for Haru could be a thing? It is a thing on, like, UCC, I think. But generally, it doesn't do that much. Why did the score the same as the brutes? What the fuck? That makes sense. Oh my god. Alright, let me do one run on brute, but with dial in. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how cooked it is. I gotta rebuild him. This one, I think. Yes. That one's fine. Where'd it go? Am I stupid? There it is. Yep, that's the one. Yo, equip it. Yo! Alright. And then... this one. Let's see. I think it's because I got the big chunk of damage from miasma at the start in this fight. And not on the other fight. Probably it. Oh, I forgot the pre-stack, whatever. Should die from this. Oops. Alright, let's see. I want my Yuzuwa thingy. I'd like it. There we go. How much fizz do I have? Not that much. That's fizz. Oh, no, never mind. I missed. Alright. Okay then. Yeah, we can't one-stun him like no matter what, so 50k was never gonna happen. Oh fuck, I thought it was an Uzo, my bad. Ah, god damn it. Which one sucked? I killed, I think. It does not. There we go. I think I can 45 if I, like, played it well. But yeah, 50k is not happening if I can't one-stun. Wait, what? He beat the mob during Vivian ult and cancelled the first miasma shield. Yeah. We kinda need the shield though, so... Otherwise would be a cool tech, yeah, you're right. No, I don't think Nangong will be too special for Haru. Like, people mention that a lot. Like, yeah, she can spawn an anomaly for Harumasa, but bear in mind, Chingy can already do that. Dal and Yuzuwa can already do that. Multiple times. Like, it's nothing new. When is the new Haru guide coming out? I can't give you a date because I never stick to deadlines. But it is coming out. Okay, I can guarantee you, you'll get the Haru guide before the rerun. Hopefully I can get it next month. But sorry, not next month, but like within a month from now. I'm very sorry. But I am dropping a video, links, probably this week, of this exact stream where I answered a bunch of Haru questions. So hopefully that helps in the meantime, but... Anyway, I'm done. Forever. I'm never touching Zenless again. GG's. Bye. No, I'm kidding. Yo, I got a fucking Beyblade the other day. Can't believe it. I'm buying toys like a 10-year-old. I've actually been expanding my Lego collection. Bit by bit. Let me take a photo for you guys before I end stream. This is very important information. 1 second. I've started a J collection. It's my favorite one. Oh shit, that's the wrong side of the camera. This photo quality is shit, but you know, I'll have to do it. 1 second, I'll show it on stream in like a minute. I gotta set that up. I'm gonna send it to myself and I can show it on OBS. Ugh. Let me just look at chat, because I can look at chat. You gave a year deadline. It is coming though, I swear. Where is it? Am I stupid? I might be. Oh, here it is. Alright. Hold on. Image, browse, and pictures here somewhere. Keep the Beyblade on you. That sounds funny. Okay, there we go, I got it. So guys, look at this. Witness peak. This is like a snippet of my desk, or like, it's above my desk, it's a shelf. Mine's like the Mona figure in the background and other stuff. But I've been building up my Lego collection that I started when I was like 10, and then completely lost everything, so I started from scratch. I have like the wall of J, bro. This guy's like my favorite character. So like on the left there's like a rogue set, but I got the anniversary set for like Ninjago. That's actually a really cool set. So I got the ZX like remake J from that. I got Island J, like leftmost. After him, I have Day of the Departed J. Then it's my favorite one, Destiny Robe J from Skybound. I love this outfit, it's so cool. And then to the right of him is Hands of Time. And I want to get like every J outfit that I actually like. Except the spinner ones, because NRG J is like 500 bucks. I'm not buying that. I do have a Rogue, but he's off screen. Being both a J and Haru fan, I have a type. Yeah, bro, I like funny electric guys, I guess. I had more J's, but like I lost them when we moved. I had his like tournament gi from season 4, the one with like the bandana, but I lost like half of it. I also had Possession J from the dragon, like Moro Dragon set. And I think I also had the jungle, like the island jungle gi. But these are the only ones I still have. Or I just got them again. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show. Also, I got like a Snow Miku. It's off screen though. It's completely off screen. Actually, gotta get a new shelf. It's full of stuff now. Anyway, I'm gonna end stream for today. I hope I answered questions. Well, I did that. True. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. I will upload a horror run later today for the 50k of Room 2. And I'll upload a video of this exact stream sometime this week as well. See you guys, have a good one.